Well, this is not one of my infamous drunken video blogs because I don't really drink anymore. But I wanted to do a quick little video blog because there's so much on my mind, and I know it will take me forever to type it all. And probably would make sense because my brain is just sort of a mush pot today, trying to get things finished up for surgery tomorrow. So tomorrow, February 20th, 2013, I'm having my right hip replaced at Mount Vernon in Nova. And I cannot wait. Like, I literally cannot wait. These next few hours are going to just drag by, and I know they are. So I have, since some of you don't actually know what the problem is, I have a hip dysplasia, which is, normally a hip is a ball and socket joint, which normally looks like that, and then the ball joint fits in like this. So it's more like that, like a cup. And mine, instead of being a cup so that there's an actual good connection, it's more like that, so that the top of my femur is just sort of banging around in there and it's not making a solid connection. And I know I'm saying that wrong, but that's what it is. So as a result of that, I ended up with arthritis, really bad arthritis, and also these little cysts all in my hips. And the top of my femur, the femoral head, it didn't get any circulation because of what was going on with the bone, and so it died. So the bone is dead there. So yeah, I mean, doesn't that all sound horribly painful? It is. Let me assure you, it really is. God, I can't believe tomorrow's actually going to be here. I have had so much chronic pain for so long. I mean, it wears you out. There have been days when I thought, this is never going to end. I'm going to live like this for the rest of my life. And then there are days when you think, I can't do this for the rest of my life. I literally cannot do this. I can't do this another day, much less the rest of my life. And I owe it all to the surgeon that my pain doctor sent me to. And by the way, my pain doctor should have picked up on this was my hips, because he's seen me walk a dozen times or more. The surgeon took one look at me. He didn't even look at I don't even think he looked at well, no, he had looked at my MRI and stuff. And he says, let me watch you walk across the room. I walked like 10 feet, maybe. And he said, it's not your back that's causing this. This is your hips. And I'm like, really? Nobody's ever looked at my hips before. I mean, aside from the random passersby on the street who want to catcall or camera phone my ass and hips. But seriously, medically, no one's ever looked at them. There's been no reason. Thinking back, I was a very flexible child. I was probably a little too flexible, and probably the reason for that is because my hips weren't fitting in the sockets right, and they, instead of being able to just do like a sort of a split, I could do all the way out. Yeah, I know, impressive, right? You can't imagine me doing that, but it is. Anyway, so it's just so frustrating after all these years having a diagnosis finally, and now knowing that, okay, this is going to end. Tomorrow, when I wake up from surgery and I'm undrugged enough where I can walk, I'm going to be able to stand up and put all of my weight on my right leg. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to cry. I'm probably going to cry because I haven't been able to do that. And, when you really, really hurt, when something hurts, you develop sort of another way of walking, or you develop a way of compensating for that. And even talking to my best friend last week, she said, she's been my best friend for 20 years, and she said, I noticed that you've always walked in a very specific way, like your hip swivels. And I'm like, she's right, I do. And you sort of do it without realizing it, and it just becomes part of who you are. I don't want to be that person anymore, and I think about how bad it looks, and I'm sure people on the street think, oh, she just walks funny and limps, waddles, whatever, because she's fat. That's not the case at all. I mean, yeah, but no. And I just want to put a sign on my back that says, I have an actual medical condition I was born with. I didn't do this to myself. And maybe that's it. I just feel justified knowing that there is something that I didn't do anything wrong, and it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter. So, anyway, so I'm having surgery tomorrow, and I like my surgeon, but he didn't give me the warm fuzzies that I was kind of wanting. I I kind of want warm fuzzies from a surgeon. I want him to make me feel comfortable. I would rather he be good than make me feel comfortable, but several people at the hospital when I had my pre-op told me how amazing he is and what good bedside manner he has. And I was like, maybe he just has something against fat people, because he didn't give me that at all. Like, not even close. I didn't say the thing about fat people because, that sounds stupid. I can't even believe I said that now. But anyway, I just hope that he is, I just hope he's not tired. I'm like 12:30 surgery, so that means he's already done a couple that day. And, yeah. He came highly recommended, and so really and he's really tall. Not that that matters, but he's really, really tall. So all I care is that he does a good job, and I'm drugged, and I don't know what's going on, and that I come out of this okay, and that I have this most beautiful, beautiful right bionic hip that I can stand on, and I can, lift, and I can kick something if I want to. I mean, I am so jealous of people who just walk without limping. Even if I had like a little limp, that would be okay. I mean, I'm jealous of people who can walk upstairs. Right now, I have to hold on to the hand railing and then take like one step, one step, one step, one step. I'm like a toddler, It's just embarrassing. It's just, I don't even think embarrassing is the right word. It's horrifying. It's just, ugh. Yeah, it's awful. I hate it. I don't want to be that person anymore. I feel like I've been defined by my pain for so long, and that is a terrible place to feel. I don't feel like I just sort of gave up, That's a long time to be in really bad pain. It's a long time. It makes you tired, and, my friends stop inviting me to go places because I'm inevitably exhausted and don't want to do anything. Yeah, so I want my life back. I feel angry that nobody caught this before now, but, and it's so weird when you go to the hospital and they say, well, what's your pain on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the absolute worst. I'm like, well, it's a 10. And every time I go to the pain doctor, and they'll say, oh, okay, well, what's your pain? I see your pain is a 9 today. Is it really a 9 today? I'm like, no, I'm making it up. It's not a 9. It's a 4, but I just want you to think I'm in a lot of pain. It's the worst. And, people question you, and you start to question yourself, and that's the worst part. Because after a while, you just can't. You lose the capacity to deal with any of that stuff. So, anyway, so tomorrow, new hip on the right side. I cannot wait. I mean, I really can't wait. And, I'm probably going to cry, and I'm probably going to scream and shout and everything else. Not looking forward to having a roommate, though, in the hospital. I haven't had a hospital for surgery. I haven't had a person in the room with me in years, like long time. So anyway, so wherever you are, please wish me luck. And I hope wherever you are that you don't have any chronic pain, and that you feel really good and happy, and that tomorrow when you wake up, you remember to say a little prayer or send well wishes or whatever you do to both my surgeon and the anesthesiologist so we make sure I get a good, healthy dose of anesthesia. I'm terrified that it'll wear off or something. And that's that. So, anyway, hopefully I'll do another one of these in a little bit. Maybe after my first hip and I'm feeling good. And maybe I'm a little chipper. So, I promise I'll be in a better mood. And God help me when I have my second one done. Nobody's going to be able to stand me. I'm going to be completely insufferable. So, anyway, hope you guys have a great day. And I'll see you at the new hip soon.